I have to make sure I start on time, so, you know. We'll get ready in real time, guys. That's what we're gonna do. Streamers aren't allowed to have lives outside of streaming. No. Right, okay. Let's get the chat all hooked up. Next. Look at that. Look, I get it. You're excited. I am too. Hey, Jacob. Built-in. Xbox. There we go. Hopefully everything should be working. Let's go! So, Square Enix provided me with a key for this. Honestly, I'm surprised. Up until recently, I've had a bit of difficulty with Square Enix on Rainmaker, but they've been really good to me lately. So that's awesome. I wanted to play this, and I couldn't justify grabbing it, and they provided me with a key. So I'm excited to play this. It's got voiceovers. It's got characters and locations from the SpongeBob show. Conch Street, Magic Conch Shell. It is a power washer. Boy, are we glad you're here. Thank you very much, Jacob. We all woke up this morning to find our houses completely covered in dirt, and none of us can figure out how. Absolutely nothing happened last night except for the surprise birthday party for my pet snail Gary. It was amazing. Everyone showed up, even the two worms from Rock Bottom, and the sea monkeys, and Dennis. And we probably made the most mess by anyone ever, but we definitely cleaned up afterwards. Or did I fall asleep and dream that bit? Anyway, our neighbor Squidward blames us. He says that if we don't get this house clean by the time he gets home from making calm history at the gala, then he'll do something that we'll all regret. If you clean all three, we'll give you Krabby Patties. I'm sure Mr. Krabs won't mind. Okay. That's good. Your voice is lagging a bit. That's concerning. What do you mean? Like, it's behind the microphone, or it's in front of the microphone, or... What do you mean? Like it's clipping? Gonna need to clarify that one. NVIDIA noise suppression is on. NVIDIA noise removal. Don't tell me it's using my settings from the laptop. It's repeating words? What the fuck? Magic Conch Shell. 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 I'm gonna need to hear this. I'm gonna need to hear this. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. I see. Yeah, there's a stutter. Right, okay. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, testing, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, testing, 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 1, 2, 3, testing. 2, 3, testing, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, testing, 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 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay, I know what was causing it. I had Stable Diffusion open. Problem solved. The one I'm trying to do? That's right. Wrong button. LT. Okay. There we go. Getting somewhere now. It should be working. You should be seeing me. You should be hearing normal speech that isn't glitching. No game sound! Son of a bitch, I think I'll go and cry today. I think I'll eat some shit. I think I'll throw myself off the roof. How about now? You see, normally I would test all this stuff beforehand. However, a little someone was complaining that I hadn't started yet. There's a reason why we prepare these things beforehand, and we don't just start, you know, on the set time. Sometimes you get a little bit held up. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I started as close to 8:30 as I could. I wasn't expecting to be held up, but here we are. Where am I missing? Oh, maybe there's a little bit on the underneath. Welcome, Jaden G. Jaden G, welcome. Oh, is that... I like that, yeah, the power washer is SpongeBob styled, the equipment is SpongeBob styled, and the player model is also SpongeBob styled. Activision contract, huh? I'll just be happy when this whole thing's over, because I'm getting tired of hearing about it. My turning feels so slow. This, I think this was loading up my save file from the PC. Which is why when I started this, I had to wait like 20 minutes for it to load when I first set this up. Right, up on the D-pad is what I like to affectionately call GoldenEye mode. What this really needs is some SpongeBob music, though, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is change my sound source so I can have some SpongeBob music in one ear. There's going to be a slight glitch for a second. And there might be another slight glitch for a second. Okay, we should be good now. I'm going to have some SpongeBob music in the background, so... yeah. That works for me. I want to get in that pineapple. Hey, Johnny. So it's one of those things that doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So PowerWash Simulator had like Lara Croft DLC and Final Fantasy VII DLC that was free, and that made sense because it's a Square Enix game and it's a Square Enix property, you know. So that crossover makes sense. How did SpongeBob come along? That's what I want to know. Like, how did that happen? That's such an oddly specific crossover. Still can't quite wrap my head around how this even happened. It's just crazy to me. Do I have longer nozzles? Do I get a longer power washer here? Have I got all my equipment from story mode? Yes, I do. How do I open those again? There we go. That's how I use my long-handled one. Do you think Xbox buys Disney? No. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. That would be a messy one because of Marvel and Spider-Man, wouldn't it? That sensitivity's up too high now. It's better on PC because you get the full mouse and keyboard range. Really, I should be playing this on the PC, because the DLC should carry over, being the Game Pass version of the game. I didn't really think that through. Xbox buying Take-Two would be interesting, but no, I want Xbox to focus on Japanese publishers and developers if they can. If they can't buy them, then at the very least, partner up with them. Make it clear to the world. Why no promote stream on server? Allow me to explain. There was somebody in the chat that was very upset that I hadn't started before the start time, so I had to immediately start, and as it turns out, in all that excitement, I forgot to promote the stream. But don't worry, you haven't missed anything yet, really. Yeah, like, I don't get it. RE9. Do I want RE9? I guess I do. What I really want, though, is Dino Crisis. But Capcom seems almost intent on not giving us that. Oh, Dino Crisis. Nah, give them a multiplayer team shooter with dinosaurs in it. Apocalypse. Oh my god, no, that's fucking hilarious. No, I don't believe that for a second. That's cringe even by Capcom standards. Why would it be cringe? Yeah, so if it's Resident Evil 9, first off, why would it be Apocalypse unless it's spelled IX? Then Apocalypse would be spelled wrong. I think that they're going to drop the letter in the naming standard. And the reason why I think that is because there's very little you can spell with IX that isn't the word 6. If I was dirt, I'd want to live here too, Patrick. And I'd want you to live right down the way. And I want a dirty little Squidward to live next door. I want Xbox and Sega to club together. It really is the logical next step. Because Xbox and Sega, they get each other. They know each other. They know each other's needs and wants. What do I sound like? The start of Deadly Premonition. Tom needs Jerry. It's a loving relationship. Well, they don't necessarily have to buy Sega of Japan, right? They could buy Sega of America and Sega Europe. Of course, they would be beholden to Sega Japan's ridiculous Japanese ways. But, you know, not too bad. Oh, they had a version of Wipeout on the Game Boy Color SpongeBob game soundtrack. Yeah, they wouldn't necessarily be getting IPs, would they? Maybe 2 Point Hospital? You've got a point there. I don't think Sega of Europe or Sega of America specifically own any IPs. If it was about IP acquisition, yeah, they'd want to buy Sega. Sega, everything Sega. SpongeBob's house has a back door. Like a shutter. I don't think I've ever seen it. To be fair, I've only watched season 1. So... if it's introduced in season 2, I wouldn't know. Wonder if the My Leg guy is in this. Wonder if I'll randomly hear, like, an hour of silence randomly interrupted by My Leg. I wonder if that exists on YouTube. Yes, it does.
Rev up those fryers, 'cause I am sure hungry for one. Help! Help!
Okay. I see. Right. I sure am hungry for some My Leg! I'm so glad somebody's made that. That's not gonna get old. Krabby Patty being made out of crabs. And Mr. Krabs would intentionally do that? That's dark. Even by SpongeBob standards, that's dark. Tell you what, SpongeBob's house is filthier. SpongeBob's house is filthier than behind closed doors. If I contact the tourism office and tell them I want to send shit to a bunch of friends overseas, they'll send me a bunch of free maritime tourism swag. Ooh. Yeah, now I've got a office with a bunch of empty space, I need to fill it with stuff. I'll take maritime swag. I'm surprised they never, like, did a story element with Mr. Mr. Krabs having like a brother or something. They probably did in one of the, like, 1,000 episodes of SpongeBob. I need a name for the office plant. The only suggestion I've had so far is solid plant, solidus plant, liquid plant. I'm not sure I like any of those, perhaps liquid plant. I've got an office plant and it needs a name. Any suggestions welcome. If it helps, it lives on water and coffee. It's something of the asparagus family, but its fruits will kill you if you eat them. the asparagus something. Flow. What? That's not a bad name for a plant. Because, you know, you achieve Zen in, like, flows, right? And that plant is going to help me achieve Zen in the office. Then maybe a name like Flow is good for a plant. I remember Flow. Well, I remember the pawn. Pretty sure there was a progressive ad with Sonic the Hedgehog in it. That was pretty cringe. My leg! I can see why. She's got that, like, 1960s thing going on. You know, like the hair up in a bun. She looks like she waltzed off the set of an Austin Powers movie. What I'm trying to say is she looks a bit like Elizabeth Hurley. Kind of hoping this would be pay-to-win DLC and, like, make it easier to afford all the career stuff. Although pretty much the only thing I can buy now in terms of career items is cleaner. Right on the door. I'm so glad you get a sixth sense for dirt, otherwise this game would be stressful. I just wish there was a thing like hold right on the D-pad and then like have it constantly flash where the dirt is. That's one quality of life thing this game could really use. It's like a dirt flash mode that just does a constant dirt flash. The music is too high. Okay. Hopefully it's better. Again, I would have checked all these things beforehand, but, you know, I had to rush to get ready. Tell me, streamer, where did that commenter touch you? Understandable. The music isn't meant to get on anybody's nerves, so it's better that it doesn't. So if something in the stream is annoying you, it is worth pointing out. And you know, if I think it's silly, like when people were complaining about hearing the same voice lines in My Hero Academia over and over again, I'll make fun of them. But if it's, you know, a serious concern, I'll do something better. Apparently SpongeBob partied too hard, and that's what happened. Apparently. According to PowerWash Simulator lore, SpongeBob partied too hard. He has been known to be a bit of a goofy goober, so... Quick, I don't know much about SpongeBob. Make reference to SpongeBob things I know. Goofy goober? Perfect. Leaf blower, that's from the first episode. Well, not the first episode, because the first episode is technically Help Wanted, but Help Wanted isn't on some of the DVD pressings for Season 1. Including my copy of Season 1, which is very disappointing. All because Viacom doesn't want to pay the license for Tiny Tim Tiptoe Through the Tulips. Which is a shame, because that's one of the most iconic things in that episode. I do wonder how a collab like this comes about, you know. Does Viacom reach out to Square Enix and say, we've got a property for PowerWash? Do the people working on PowerWash all say, oh, we really love SpongeBob. Wouldn't it be great if we could get the license for SpongeBob? How does it happen? Website is just like, wow, this is a thing, but it doesn't tell you like how it came to be, because I'm curious. Speaking of Mega Man, when is Rockman X-Dive Offline coming? Because I am hype for that. That can't come fast enough. Imagine how many friends you'd have if you were a dirt. Go on, Patrick. SpongeBob would still be my best friend if he was a dirt. YouTube was pushing other creators who make SpongeBob content. There's a lot of people making SpongeBob content at the moment, probably due to the fact that L Supersonic Q has made another SpongeBob Lost Media video, and as a result, everybody's talking about SpongeBob again. That's why I went, alright, today, SpongeBob PowerWash Sim. Because I know that right now SpongeBob is doing well in the algorithm. And I want to take advantage of that. My leg! There's something really relaxing about PowerWash Sim. I remember doing whole streams of this just with Koi in the voice chat. So relaxing. I kind of went off this game for a while because it got to the point where well, I'm on the subway station now, and that one I keep going. I'll come back to it. The jobs in the career mode are now starting to get really ridiculous. Who's Koi? Super Game Drive. Crikey, mate. It's me, Super Game Drive. You know what will happen if you say his name 3 times, he'll appear. Open Patrick's house. Wait, I gotta clean the inside of Patrick's house? Well, there are things you can do to help with it. For example, say Patrick's house rock, for example, right? If you're like, where's Patrick's rock? It now shines for you, right? So there are things you can do to help you find what it is you're trying to spray. So if you're 99%, you can click the last thing you need in the pause menu, and only that will flash. That way you can find what it is you need to wash. I'm so glad that feature exists, because without it, yeah, the story mode would be awful. Patrick's house rock. Cleaned. Okay. Oh my god. Patrick. That's nasty. PowerWash Simulator, you're more likely to commit a crime than if you play Grand Theft Auto. I'd love to see those statistics. A game like this is supposed to make you less stressed out. I'll tell you what I love about PowerWash Simulator, right? They teach this shit in schools now. There's an educational version of PowerWash Simulator. I can understand not liking ASMR. I find that just creepy. ASMR stuff. Uncomfortable. That said, I'll do an ASMR stream one day. Maybe as a meme. The fog is coming. The fog is coming! 2 seconds later. We've been copy struck by fire, come! Squidward! The fog is coming! Oh, magic conch shell. Etc. Oh, I've done the lamp. Okay. Would say I hope the water doesn't ruin the television, and then I remembered that this takes place under the sea. So, indeed, I like. Hey, sushi. Is that a SpongeBob thing? Alaskan bullworm? My knowledge extends to Season 1 and whatever was in Battle for Bikini Bottom. I could do an ASMR Gunpla building stream where I just don't say anything. You get the clicks of the Gunpla model. That might be mildly entertaining. You and your Ray Cokes. Maybe one day I'll be a Coke convert. Maybe one day I'll do Coke live streams. Tried googling PowerWash DLC and got nada. The link is in the stream description. It'll take you right to the PowerWash Sim website. And they'll have links to whatever platform you want to pick this up on. You will be picking this up, right? Right? Oh yeah, true, you wouldn't get ASMR with the dog barking, would you? Unless we can do dog barking ASMR. You'd have to wrap the microphone in bubble wrap and then put it next to the dog. How much of a narcissist do you have to be to live in a house shaped like your own face? Squidward hiding dirty secrets? Oh my god, he's hot! Hey Squidward, what are you doing with pictures of Ray Cokes? Oh my god, he's hot! Hey SpongeBob, how do you make it sing? It only sings when you're nearby, Squidward. Ah! Oh wait, no. Ah! That's how you do it. You have to hurt your throat. Drildo. My first introduction to the Drildo was as a weapon in Gary's mod. Stone, yeah? It's all coming back to me now. We did clean up last night. Gary and I got our second wind and tackled the stubborn staves, and Patrick sleep cleaned the rest of the reef blower. Go team! I'm not reading that out loud, but that's a quality shitpost and I like it. I'm gonna need that. How am I only 72% cleaned on this? Right, out stone cleaner. You know what that means? Yeah. Right. Roof time. My leg! Futurama crossover. Yeah, the Planet Express, that's the ship, right? I can't think of that many things from Futurama that you would clean. So in the case of the SpongeBob, there's like 6 stages. Final Fantasy VII's got like 5 stages. Croft Manor is huge. Like, Futurama on its own might be hard to get enough content out of. But if they did, like, a Fox pack, right, then you could have Simpsons, Futurama, Family Guy. And you could probably get enough content for a pack out of those three. Yeah! But what small things am I missing? Am I missing all the small things? That's funny because there was an MTV SpongeBob music video for all the small things. So it's kind of relevant to the discussion. SpongeBob Bobble House Stand. Squidward's house, Squidward's house. SpongeBob's house, pineapple panels. These two. Reminds me of trying to clean that boot in story mode. I got through many a wavy web surf video trying to get that boot done. Alright, take care, Jacob. No, it wasn't a cover of Blink-182. They took the existing song and then they just animated the SpongeBob character models to the song. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was an MTV thing where they took video game models and synced them up to a song. And the models from Battle for Bikini Bottom were used for one of them. They did one to Juiced. There's a whole bunch of them. Can't remember all the games they featured. Which pineapple panel is missing? That one. Okay. Porthole windows. Be this one. Yep. SpongeBob's house is done. Patrick's house is done. Right, on to Squidward's house. Do door. We do everything. My leg. We do everything in order. Then we avoid having to double up on ourselves later. Door alcove, door knob. Right. If I'm cleaning from a distance, I should put some extensions on. To remind myself what the shortcuts are. Yeah.
So if the dirt was dealt with, but our houses were all filthy again by the time we woke up, that can mean only one thing!
Uh-huh. What does that mean, SpongeBob?
We're off the hook!
Oh my god, is that a Splatoon reference? I distinctly remember an episode of SpongeBob where they were told not to play outside because they might get caught on a fisherman's hook. If I remember that episode, then that must be a Season 1 episode. Then again, I remember Magic Conch Shell, and I'm not sure that's a Season 1 episode.
Magic Conch Shell.
Alright, SpongeBob aficionados. Looks like our music ended, by the way. We've got 30 minutes of, my leg! My leg! My leg! My leg! We've gone from Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance. Somehow the music got worse. Timing on that was beautiful. Da 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 da. There's something you missed. That's because the GBA didn't really have hardware for sound. GBA sound ended up being very rough because it was all being done. From what I understand, it was all being done on the same processor. I'm sure some GBA expert can come along and tell me how I'm wrong in that understanding, but from what I understand, that's the case. The GBA didn't have a designated sound processor. I'd say the same was true about the original PlayStation as well. But the PlayStation did have its own audio format. So I suppose the Game Boy Advance had its own audio format as well. I consider the PlayStation 1 and the GBA to be quite similar in the sense that they had to do a lot of things in software. They didn't really have the hardware for it. It may be, you know, bad for sound, the GBA, but you can still get good music out of it. Sort of. Yeah, it was ultimately whether or not the developers had a good understanding of the hardware or not. Well, in this case, the software. If you just want to see, you know, an example of the Game Boy Advance playing beautiful music, just look at anything, oh, what's their name? They developed Tourist. Oh, God. Pulling a blank on their name. They understood the GBA hardware. They wrote their own sound engine that other developers used. Pulling a blank on their name. Hey, Inuyuki Hakusho, how's it going? Developed the Maya the Bee game. I'm pulling a blank on their name. As soon as I see it, I'll be like, oh yeah, them. Going alright? You love to hear it. Must admit, first day off of 3 in a row, and I haven't got a great deal done here. Today was something of a nothing day. Mostly spent it messing around in Stable Diffusion. I had to wait for my package to arrive before I could head out. That didn't come until just before afternoon. I was up at 6:45 AM to help with a technical computer question. Couldn't really get to sleep after that. Back to sleep. I figured at, you know, 7 AM, if you're up, you might as well be up. Even if you have nothing to be doing. Even if it is a day off. It meant I'm really tired now, though. Oh. So it's time for this video's sponsor. No, I'm kidding. Square Enix is this video's sponsor. However, I do have a can of Prime Ice Pop. My god, that's disgusting! They're all disgusting! I haven't had a Prime I like. they call it ice pop. It's not far off. What does that taste like? It's the Prime Energy drink. It's not the nice one. It's not the still one. The fizzy energy drink. Yeah. Why is it banned? Too much caffeine? Probably. I mean, it's what? Is it like 145 milligrams or something? 140 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah. A lot of caffeine, but here's the thing. Caffeine doesn't really do much for me. My sensitivity that I had developed has sort of gone back to normal again. Through having far too many energy drinks recently than I should. 180 milligrams per serving. Let me guess, this can is probably like... Alright, a 330 ml can is a serving. Right, okay, so... You'd probably get away with the UK Prime. It should just release that where you are. Thing is, that one's okay. It was a mix-up. Just like their flavours. I'd still take a sponsorship from them, but it'd be like Krusty in that episode of The Simpsons, where he eats the burger and then he, as soon as the camera stopped rolling, he spits it out. Blah! Yeah, that ice pop flavor is kind of... I'm trying to place what exactly it is it tastes of. Because it's something. Something unpleasant. Something medical. But it's not like the nice medical. Like, I don't know. Energy drinks that taste like Calpol and that sort of thing. You seem to be enjoying this. Yeah, it's PowerWash. It's hard to mess that up. Ooh, 3 things left. Squidward's brow, ear, and head. How's it going, Tack? They'd have to really mess up PowerWash Sim DLC. you know, for me to not enjoy it. They'd have to do something really egregious. PowerWash Sim is an easy recommend. Just been reading novels or manga or magazines, books and magazines. Instruction manuals on how to blow up the moon. Please don't. I mean, I understand the compelling argument that it means that Saiyans cannot turn into great apes. However, that excuse for blowing up the moon falls flat when you realize that Saiyans aren't real. And it doesn't matter how real they feel to you, like how real they are in your heart, they're not real. I tried to watch, that time I got reincarnated as a vending machine. I lasted about 18 to 19 seconds. And then I moved on. Started rewatching Dragon Ball Super Broly. So last time I saw that, it was in the cinema. You know, I bought Superhero, right? The other day it got added to Crunchyroll. I could have just waited and watched it with my Crunchyroll sub. But it's convenient to have it ripped. To have it pussy ripped on my leg. No, on my PC. So if I decide I want to use screenshots from it for something like a review. Where on Squidward's brow can I get? There we go. I have to say, pretty much done with Squidward's brow. I'm a spider, so what? Is that like an isekai where someone gets reincarnated as a spider? Because I'm a spider, so what? Sounds like it could be Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man, so what? I've been enjoying myself too much on existential ennui. We need to dial it back a bit. Oh yeah, that's right. I found a bunch of Wii games while I was tidying. So yeah, if we want to play My Safari Vet or whatever the hell it was, or Science Papa. no relation to Cooking Mama. It's one of those things where, like, you can call a film Amityville, because the word isn't copyrighted. Because it's a place. You can call a film Titanic, and it have no relation to James Cameron. Nice one.
Barnacles be gone, you angry little squirter. It's a wonder. Sandy's got to see this thing. She's gonna love it.
Allow me to introduce myself. Squidward Tentacles, artist extraordinaire, virtuoso, clarinetista, cultivator of taste and talent. Pleased to meet you. I'm looking for an incy-wincy favor before you split town.
I'm not quite sure what the Squidward's meant to be.
You see, there we go. The Bikini Bottom Gala Night is being held at the Fancy this evening, and I plan to showcase some of my most accessible stand-up comedy. I'll be warming up the audience with some one-liners to begin with, and so tried a few out on the bus into town. But just as I was getting into my flow state, the bus driver inexplicably let go of the wheel and covered his ears. I guess he must have developed some kind of rapid onset ear infection. Consequently, the bus careened straight off a cliff and down the incalculable distance into Crush County. Luckily, it soft landed in a sludge and survived the immense pressure and my journey back. But we need to clean it up so I can ride it back in time for my set. If you can fit us in, I'll tell you my best joke.
Oh no. Squidward, no.
Okay, you're doing terrific. Here's my best joke.
Oh no. What's your best joke, Squidward?
What's gray, has 8 legs, 9 brains, and dies after mating?
Twitter users who haven't migrated to Threads.
Oh no, wrong book, hang on.
That's funny. That's funny, Squidward. It's a good punchline. You see, that's funny. Threads is to Facebook as Google Plus was to YouTube. Changed my mind. I suppose. I would say if you swap out Facebook with Instagram, then yeah, I would be on the same page. Because, I mean, Threads is... If you use Threads, you could just tell. It's Instagram with a skin. You know? It's a skinned Instagram. To the point where you log into it with your Instagram login. You know. It's just Instagram with extra steps. But yeah, no, I'd agree with you. It's... Not to be confused with Skinstagram. What's that? Do I want to know? Do I want to make an account on there? Will Aiko be making a... So, yeah, and Meta owns... Facebook, right? Meta and Facebook is the same thing. It's all one big happy family. As it goes.
Wait a minute, what book was that? Life cycle of the octopus. Is this someone's idea of a joke? Who gave me this?
Can I interact with this? I was kind of hoping I could interact with it. Like in the episode of the show where every time SpongeBob goes, I think it was interact with the vending machine, the bus would drive past. I suppose that's why it's here, as sort of like a nod to that. I did enjoy watching my Season 1 DVD. I got Season 3 somewhere. I don't think it's in here anymore. I think it's in the office now on the one of the DVD shelves of shame. No one man should have all those DVDs. Really. There will definitely be Easter eggs in this. It's quite clearly not just shat out, but is actually a labor of love from a team that clearly enjoys SpongeBob. It's not just let's drop some SpongeBob assets in the PowerWash engine. Maybe I should watch Season 2 of SpongeBob. I don't know, while I'm grinding Fortnite quests or something. That seems like a good time. While I'm rinsing creative maps for XP.
Found it. How does a pirate ask another pirate what regional accent it has? How are you?
What?
No, that's terrible. Stay with me.
I'm glad. Was I supposed to find that funny? I didn't. Is Cosmic Shake any good? I came out this year. I had a chance to get it and I passed it up. Because I'm skeptical about a new SpongeBob platformer after, you know, so many years. Came out on Xbox. I could probably get it physical. Pretty cheap now. Super Sponge was a good choice of music. I'm kind of in the zone with Super Sponge going. I wasn't during the quest for the Golden Spatula.
Here it is, my greatest joke. This is definitely it.
Okay, here we go. Right, Squidward, the floor is all yours.
Which ancient cephalopod demanded a seat at King Neptune's table? Cephalopod.
Which cephalopod was that?
The Ammonite.
What? It reminds me of that Mario Party Advance minigame where you have to pretend to find the seals.
I'm a knight.
Oh, God. Where you have to laugh at a seal's jokes and clap to make him feel better. Otherwise, he won't give you a power star. That's what this feels like.
I give up.
Squidward defeated! Hey, Vlad, how's it going? It's a Spongewash Simpants. It's the SpongeBob SquarePants DLC. As you can see in the pinned comment and on screen, as well as from me saying it right now, I was provided a key for this DLC by Square Enix, which was incredibly kind of them. Was not expecting to be selected for that, so thank you very much. Hopefully this has piqued you guys' interest. If you're a PowerWash Sim fan, if you get the same feeling of dopamine every time something dings, then you'll be right at home with this DLC. It's really just more of the main game, but with a SpongeBob feel to it. This bus ended up taking longer to clean than I expected it to. Most of the vehicle stages tend to be quite short. I used to take this... Hey, Patrick, I used to take this bus to school every day. And every day I'd have to give it back. See, that's a funnier joke than Squidward's. can't learn to be funny. You either have it or you don't. Squidward should quit comedy now and save himself the embarrassment. You can't do my man Squidward like that. Yep. Ding. Ding. Gotta love that ding. That ding is just... That's the game's way of telling you you're doing good. It's the most satisfying noise in this game. PowerWash Simulator probably would benefit from a music option though, like some sort of like in-game radio or something like that. I understand it's going for a sort of semi-realism. You can't exactly power wash someone's house and listen to a radio because you wouldn't be able to hear it over the sound of the water jets. But I dread to think what I'm missing if I haven't had the list come up in the corner yet. Yeah, tap in right isn't... Oh, there's a little bit there. I'm actually going to have to use the pause menu. Windscreen frame. Yeah, you can look at the health bars for whatever you're missing. That's one option. You can also open the pause menu and target parts. What I tend to do when I'm stuck. Which portholes are missing? Highlight them for me. This porthole. The other portholes are on this side. Yeah. In a wheel. Flash it for me. This one. Okay. It is very particular about... I love that you're a fish in this one. It is very particular about how much of it you need to clean. Krusty Krab. You know the only thing worse than eating chum? That sounds horrible. Let's try again.
SpongeBob, me boy. You know the only thing worse than eating chum? Having it draped all over your business. I don't know what's got into that scoundrel Plankton, but he's gone too far this time. If this is yet another diversion so he could try and steal me secret Krabby Patty formula then, like all his previous attempts, it's doomed to failure. I would say he doesn't have 2 brain cells to rub together, but he don't have 2 of any cells to rub together. Please wash me crusty crab down as quick as you can. Every chum-covered minute is a dollar lost.
Almost turned Scottish there for a second. Someone chummed all over his business. Ew. That's disgusting. Why would Plankton chum all over the business and chum all over his restaurant as well? What are you doing washing down the crust?
What are you doing washing down the Krusty Krab? You should be helping me, you incorrigible nitwit. Krabs started it by covering my chum bucket with a complex array of dirty circles.
He's more deep, isn't he? I could do better, I promise.
Please, I'll pay you.
I can't really do Plankton. One of those voices I just don't have down. It's a bit too deep. It's a bit too deep and James Earl Jonesy for me to pull off.
Yes, yes, come to...
That's one voice you won't get a good version out of from me. Oh! We finished the Super Sponge soundtrack. No, YouTube wanted to know if we were still watching. We are still watching. Do I look like someone who's not watching the YouTube video right now? Such a weird crossover. And yet it totally makes sense. It makes sense in the same way that Viscera cleanup detail Shadow Warrior makes sense. Yeah, but like Viscera cleanup detail and then the Shadow Warrior like expand alone. That's a crossover that just makes sense. And this is a crossover that just makes sense. Like, they're my favorite kind of crossovers. Where you're just like, that totally makes sense. Of course they thought about that. It's like, dare I say it, Roller Champions and Jet Set Radio makes sense. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. This is the first paid DLC for PowerWash Simulator. There's been a couple of free packs before. A Final Fantasy VII Midgar themed pack where you can, I think you can wash the Hardy Daytona. Definitely wash the High Wind. Which I would imagine takes a very long time. A Doom-themed Viscera cleanup detail. One crossover that made a shit ton of sense that didn't happen was Goblin Slayer and Doom 2016. Like, that makes perfect sense. You can't watch the Goblin Slayer anime and tell me that the Goblin Slayer himself isn't just the Doom Slayer, but isekai'd into a medieval, like, fantasy world. It's just the Doom Slayer. Like, even as just like a multiplayer skin or something, I would have played Doom 2016's multiplayer if, you know, if it crossed over with Goblin Slayer. That's a crossover that would have made sense. Oh, if I can go inside the Krusty Krab, can I find the secret formula? I probably can't go inside. Then again, looking at how much of the stage I've washed, yeah, I probably can't go inside. I think being able to open Patrick's house was something of an outlier. Bits around the layers. bit of that I'll have to get from the top, I think. I was kind of hoping being more meticulous with the other part of the sign might have made the game more generous about giving me it, but no. There we go, it did make it more generous. Nice one. Are Japanese AVs coded for convenience, or is there another reason? Yeah, coded for convenience, pretty much. They're sold in a catalog like you would buy furniture over here, right? So, you know, based on the code, which company makes it. And then you could phone them up. Well, I assume you can still phone them up. You could phone them up and say, I want to buy MUM123, and they can go, minimum AV, great choice. The word fun was written in the grime. Ravioli, ravioli. Barnacle head, dogfish, hearts, catfish. Camp coral for life. That's a Squidward meme. Yeah, I think it is just for convenience. I'm not aware of any other reason. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a similar thing is done outside of Japan as well. I'm not going to mention any companies, but you know, when you look at an adult video company, their catalog will usually be a similar code system, even here. There's the handsome Squidward meme. People working on this had fun. Out a dumpster, come on. Oh, the wheels as well. They're 25 cents each. Yeah, there we go. Out a dumpster done. Want me to climb in the dumpster? That's where I belong! So I'm curious about how the DLC is handled with this. What I mean is, if you own the DLC and then you have a friend who wants to join, if they don't have the DLC, can they still join? That might be something to test. See if friends can join you on the SpongeBob DLC without it. Or if it's like a content download. And not just like the DLC as a key that gives you access to content in a patch, you know. Is there anybody with the Xbox or PC version, the PC Xbox store, that wants to test this theory? So messy. Oh, I like that synth voice there. That's almost the Pac-Man synth. They wrangled that noise out of the... There's no way they wrangled that noise out of the GBA. That's got to be the PlayStation version. Yo, Super Game Drive! How's it going?
So,
Plankton is such a hard voice to do. I'm gonna have to hear a Plankton voice line. Plankton quotes.
hear me, Krabs.
No, I don't need to hear someone doing a Plankton impression.
Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy.
Hey, everyone!
No, that's awful. That's okay. You haven't even been paid by them to promote them yet.
So, Mr. Crab thinks that defacing my superior eatery, he would render me too busy to concoct an ingenious plan to steal his secret formula. Never in my wildest dreams did I think he was capable of such a foul deed. I thought it was something only a real lowlife like myself would do.
Well, here's the thing. If I actually get sent the products I asked for, at the ridiculously low price I paid, I might... Indeed, it was the very next thing I did do. I might get in touch with Timu. Be like, gonna be honest with you guys. Wasn't expecting to get my order. If you don't go in expecting genuine product... I'm not expecting products. So, if I get that, I'm already part of the way. I was talking to my mother about this. One of the people she works with orders stuff off Temu all the time. So, you know, gets everything they ordered. It feels fake as hell, but, you know. If I get what I order, then I'll be in touch with them and be like, okay, honestly, I wasn't expecting to get my order from you, and I did. Now I am converted to your service, and I want to promote it. But let's wait to see if I get what I ask for first. If I do, then, you know, I'll be straight with them. Thought your service was a scam, and you proved me wrong. PS5. The only PS5s you'll find on there are poly game stations. NES clones with like 500 bootlegged ROMs on them. And of course, Ali, you have to pay import tax, you know, customs. Whereas it would appear that everything that I've ordered is being shipped from the UK. I was gonna buy flash carts and consoles off Temu, but I wanted to see if just regular things turn up first before I, you know, shell out 20 quid on a pop station. Loaded with 15 versions of Super Mario Brothers. That's once I can trust I'll get what I ask for. I searched for Wii, but there wasn't really much worth having in Wii accessories. The selection is definitely lower on the UK store than it was. Yeah, I looked up coupons online and it's like there's a 50% coupon for first orders. I'm like, nah, come on, that's nonsense. That won't work. It worked. Which is all the more reason why it seems so scammy. YouTube has stopped the playlist again. Oh no, I stopped it to hear Plankton lines. Alright. Yeah, that name came up when I was discussing Temu. Apparently they are quite similar. Yeah, so what you have to do is find something that's similar to what you want, and then search through that seller's stuff, or the similar items, and then you find what you're looking for. There's not a great deal of sexy stuff on the UK Temu store. I was kind of hoping for like clothes-off figures, cast-off figures, stuff like that. There wasn't anything really matching that description on the UK store. I ordered a Majin Vegeta figure that if I get it, it's gonna be a nice display piece. Because even if it looks bad, it can just sit in front of the Dragon Ball Z games and it won't look out of place. I want to get a Kid Goku statue like my Pan statue. It's specifically a Kid Goku GT. So I can have all my Dragon Ball games on one shelf with GT Goku on one side and Pan on the other. As one of the only GT apologists in the world, might be able to find a decent Kid Goku on Temu, but to be honest, I'll probably have to go for the same range that my Pan came from. That's a proper Ban Presto figure, and that's gonna cost out, but it'll be worth it once I've got a shelf up just for the Dragon Ball stuff. Because Dragon Ball stuff, I've got the Goku edition of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Zedo PS3 with the Goku figure. You know what? I wish I'd never traded in my Xenoverse on Xbox One with the Master Arts Goku figure, because that was fucking gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful beast. Actually, that was Xenoverse 2 came with the Master Arts Goku. Xenoverse 1 came with a Trunks. Future Trunks. I'd like to get those back.
Don't listen to Plankton. He's gone mad and covered his own chum bucket in muck to try and look all innocent, so he has. He must think I was spawned yesterday.
Sounds to me like something weird's going on down in SpongeBob Town. Wow, Super Sponge has got a good soundtrack. The sweaty reviews in Temu's review section. I saw one review, and it was for a figure. It was 1 star, and the person was complaining about how the head, like, didn't fit the figure. And I'm like, that's the only 1-star negative review I've seen. Everything else is 5 stars. It's like, I can't wait to check this out. You know, reviewing it before it's even arrived. It's one of the things that's so sussy about it. There's so many things about it that just don't add up. And that's why I gotta take one for the team and order some bits. And if they arrive, I will, yeah, I will eat humble pie on it, you know. Ordered a hat. I ordered a shirt to work out in. A nice 2X shirt to work out in. An overshirt that I can throw on that's like vaguely Japanesey. A Yoshikage Kira tie, which is pretty cool. A bunch of stickers for the office. The Martian Vegeta statue, which I'm very curious about. Because there's no way someone could be knocking those out at a tenner. Even if they're bootlegs. Well, they're definitely bootlegs. Looks like a real one. Sounds like it might be fun just to watch their reviews on a YouTube video and just make fun of them. In a nice way, I'm not promoting bullying. What we would call joshing here in the UK. Just josh them a little bit. Right, you can take it. He's putting his reviews up on the internet in front of everyone. Clearly he's comfortable with it. Comfortable with putting himself out there. He's comfortable with a little bit of criticism. Taking the mick. I think that's more polite. Me and the boys be taking the mick. Oh, Sponge Boy, me bob, are you taking the mick, me boy? Are you taking the mick out of this poor soul? He's on Temu, making reviews about these anime figures, and he's really passionate. And you're here taking the mick out of him, me boy. What's wrong with you? Have you ever, like, thought about how the Krusty Krab is shaped like a crab trap? Can I join with you? In public? In front of all these people? Join together? Whew, that'd be embarrassing. Yeah, sure. How do we do that without becoming friends? Did you end up getting any ramen toppers? No. So when I did my basket, I thought, God, £40, that's a lot. And then I found the 50% code after I had committed to only buying the bits that were in my basket. So no, I didn't get any ramen toppers this time. I settled for the one figure, the Martian Vegeta statue. I figured that if I was gonna order you know, a ramen topper from Temu, that's something I could reasonably receive. Whereas, a Vegeta, Martian Vegeta statue, detailed, is something that I'm likely to either not receive or it looks really bad. So, I figured that was a better experiment, considering that I have zero faith in Temu to deliver what I ordered. And then if I get the Martian Vegeta statue, then I'm like, great. I can trust that I'll get a ramen topper, because that's way smaller. In one giant bag. Yeah, I figured that, you know, it's shipped on the cheap. I've seen Pleasant Green videos. I've seen how stuff ends up getting delivered to people in like a tiny clear bag without much packing. Most things tend to fold down flat. Yeah, free shipping is free shipping. But it's not going to be free shipping forever, at least that's what they say. Free shipping while they're doing this big advertising push on Temu. $25 items. Assuming they arrive, that's a good haul. Like I said, I have zero faith. That's fine. It's not me who has to be convinced when it comes to your items. It's me who has to be convinced when it comes to my items. And I am not convinced, but that's part of the joy. Because then when it does arrive, if it does arrive, and it looks like what I ordered, I'll be amazed. But I have zero faith in it not being a scam. But, you know, want to be proven wrong. I had a look at the dance mat solutions. It wasn't really a decent USB-based dance mat. Apparently, modern Stepmania now identifies the Xbox 360 dance pad properly, so I don't even need to worry about buying like specific PC dance mats anymore. You might get some Stepmania streams out of me soon. I kind of have my eyes on doing a series of streams called Why Don't You Just Get Up and Dance, Man? Which is a quote from Pump It Up, a dancing game by Andamiro, where I just play like basic difficulty every song in a DDR game, like back to back. And then when I return to a game, instead of basic chart, I then do difficult chart. And then I do expert chart, probably fail every song. But basic and difficult shouldn't be a problem in most DDR games for me. I'll do basic in every game first to get me back into the swing of it, because it's been so long. I mean, once I'm back in the swing of it and used to it, difficult shouldn't be an issue. Because that's what I used to dance, was 9 to 10s on difficult, and about 6s or 7s on expert. I did play some challenge charts. Some. Not a great number of them. The challenge chart for Silent Hill by Thomas Howard was pretty easy. I used to play that a lot. You were talked into Temu by a girl you work with who says she orders stuff, toys and clothing. Yeah, so clothing is the interesting one, right? Because Temu got in a lot of hot water for basically selling clothes that weren't good enough to be worn as clothes. What's covered in dirt, has one round leg and likes hopping a lot. Because whatever it is, it just left. But, you know, a business can change over time. These were issues in, like, January last year when they launched. From what I hear, it's relatively good now, which is why I just can't make head nor tail of the prices. That's the bit that doesn't make sense to me. Okay, like I said, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I will believe it if it arrives. And then I will accept that while it seems too good to be true, it isn't. Until then, I will work on the assumption that I'm not getting anything I ordered, and then happens from there. Wasn't really much in the way of model kits. Like, I searched model kit, there wasn't much in the UK version of the store, which again does not surprise me, because trying to get model kits in the UK is like trying to get blood from a stone. The only blood you get is your own. Loss leading, yeah. Well, if they're loss leading, take advantage of it while you still can. Is what I would say to people. But I can't recommend to people take the punt until I have done the due diligence of ordering a few things from there and seeing whether or not I can accurately recommend to viewers, oh yeah, I bought stuff from there and it's good, you know. I can't say that until stuff arrives, and then I'm like, either, yeah, shockingly good, or, oh no, it was terrible. You get ripped off. You won't know until... Wonder if they're, you know, getting money from harvesting data. Let's be real. You get bonus offers if you install the app, you know. Which means probably handing over a bunch of permissions to your data. I mean, people's personal information and data is worth way more than... Yeah, I mean, if there's anybody out there that doesn't have my data yet that still wants it, you know, they should just speak to one of the 1,000 brokers that has it. Sure, they'll hit them up for a price. Why does this music sound sort of Diddy Kong Racing-y? I think it's the instruments there. Yeah, very Kirkopy. Yeah, the cheap anime toys was what got me on there. What got me looking. Wouldn't surprise me. We know that the developers of Super Sponge were given a packet of like ROMs and emulators and told by the game director to play those games for inspiration, because the original prototype discs for Super Sponge with all the assets of have been preserved online on the Internet Archive, and there's a whole bunch of emulators and ROMs on the disc with documentation saying, now you need to play Yoshi's Island and play this level, this level, this level, this level. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Game Arts like game amongst the stuff that the director told them to play. Now, Grandia is a game that I might want to stream, but if I do, I might play the English fan translation of the Saturn version. Just for the vibe. Of Game Art's titles, I'd be more likely to play one of the Lunas, though. Maybe Silver Star Story. I hear very good things about that. The PSP version has that improved battle system. Well, that Grandia re-release, you know, when it launched, had really bad video filters. I don't know if it's been fixed now. But I'm really skeptical about remasters these days, because so many of them are bad, like that Grandia remaster. Yeah, the PSP re-release with the remastered battle system, redone battle system. It's probably the one I'll play. I know it emulates well because I did it for the PSP Palooza for April Fool's Day this year. So I know it emulates well. Game Arts? Game Art's still around. Trying to work out if there's any relevance to the discussion we're having. Game Arts? Modern Vintage Gamer? God, limited run games and Modern Vintage Gamer? That's two things I don't like together in one package. Okay. How many fanfares am I going to get? Is that it? We finished Super Sponge. We have. Yeah, Battle for Bikini Bottom music. Bum 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 ba da 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 da. I stopped listening to his anti-Xbox shit was getting so boring. As an Xbox fanboy, I found his PlayStation fanboyism to be very painful to listen to.
Patrick, you're a genius. Those dirt circles on the chum bucket are exactly the same as those that were left on our houses on Count Street. let's investigate. But you can't go around without being a big dirt-heaving hopper without someone seeing something.
They grabbed the rights to a massive Sega franchise, apparently. Massive Sega franchise. So it wouldn't be anything I want to play then. Because I have zero interest in any Sega franchise that you would describe as massive. What could it be? Have they planted any clues? Probably something like Phantasy Star. Heaven knows Sega's not doing anything with that. Oh, live stream dropped. Or Xbox Live dropped? Or what do you mean? Live dropped. My stream dropped? Ah. I'll tell you what, right? I can play 2.5 hours of PowerWash Simulator and the time just flies. But I try to play more than 10 minutes of one of those bad Wii games and I cry. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's probably... If it's a Sega franchise that's massive, it's probably something I don't care about. So... It's probably like Phantasy Star or something like that. Right? I mean, it could be Virtua Fighter, but Virtua Fighter is RGG Studio now. Panzer Dragoon Saga. You think, like, Panzer Dragoon. Is that really Sega, though, now? Because, I mean, like, there was a Panzer Dragoon game developed by that shitty Polish company that butchers classic Sega games. Ah, Sega owned the IP. Righto. Sega does have a history of handing that IP out to people. Always did love this tune, but it always felt out of place in Bikini Bottom whenever it played. like all chiptune-y. Bucket letter. Okay. Yeah, good. Even the sky looks so good. They really nailed the look of this DLC. Sega Rally, Manx TT Superbike. Would be nice to see. Honestly, a Virtua Fighter collection, right? That's like Virtua Fighter, Last Bronx, oh, what's it called? Fighting Vipers, Fighters Megamix. That'd be so good. Virtual Fighter Kids. Get some of those arcade games in there that didn't get home releases, like Toy Fighter. Fuck. Yeah, VF3 TV. If they're doing Saturn fighters, now would be the time to get a localized Goiken Muyo. It'll never happen though. A man can dream, but it'll never happen. Include the Genesis Virtual Fighter 2. So bad, right, that in the in that modern re-release of the Sega Genesis collection, it's only playable in a challenge mission. so bad you can't even just launch it on its own. I can understand 32X, right? But Genesis? That's such a weird one. Such a weird system to include it on. I'm pretty sure the 32X only had the original Virtua Fighter and it was bad. Then they went straight to Saturn for VF2. After the awful Virtua Fighter on Saturn, and then the remix version to improve it. But yeah, it's a great port. It's just a Y port, you know? Like, why port it to the Genesis? Wouldn't you want to only release it on the Saturn to try and convince people to buy a Saturn? Releasing it on the Genesis is so strange. It would be like releasing Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast and then releasing Sonic Adventure 2 on the Saturn. Tekken Advance is so interesting, isn't it? Because it's a port, but not of an existing Tekken game. Like, it's sort of mechanics and characters wise, it's basically Tekken 3. But all the visual assets are Tekken Tag. It's so weird. Putting it to a console with a large install base, yes. But a console that Sega had all but wanted to replace with the Saturn, it seems weird. It would be like Nintendo releasing Tears of the Kingdom on Wii U. Or Wind Waker on the N64. Yeah, weird games to port, but Tekken somehow missing half the buttons was still quite playable. I have a fondness for Tekken Advance. I unlocked Heihachi legitimately, which, to unlock Heihachi you have to complete arcade mode with every character. It's not the best classic fighting game port to GBA. That's Street Fighter 2 Turbo after you install the fan patch that fixes all the bugs. You know, like unkillable Akira, all your scores resetting to 0 when you fight Akira, characters having the wrong win quotes. God, that port is a mess. once you install the fan-made patch that fixes everything. Street Fighter 2 Turbo on GBA is pretty solid. Killer Instinct to Game Boy. I haven't played that version. I wasn't even aware they had ported it to Game Boy. I mean, it makes sense. They ported everything to everything. That was kind of their scene. Rare's handheld division did a really good job considering they operated out of a barn. Did a very good job with what they had. Black Cart Game Boy game. Now that's unusual because Black Cart tend to be reserved for GBC games. But Black Cart was GBC games that were compatible with GB as opposed to the clear carts, which were the clear green carts, which were not compatible. Was it just a regular Game Boy game, but on a black cart? Yeah, wow. Killer Instinct on the Game Boy, or... to match the Super Nintendo card. As if to say, despite it being on weaker handheld, this is still the pure Killer Instinct experience. It's even on a black cart, just like on Super Nintendo. Crazy. So was it pre-rendered sprites like Donkey Kong Land? I'll tell you, those Donkey Kong Land games have no right being as good as they are. I'm stunned by how they managed to wrangle pre-rendered sprites and still a playable frame rate on the Game Boy. That still impresses me. Because for all intents and purposes, that should not be possible. They had that Game Boy hardware down pat, to the point where I think they knew it better than Nintendo knew it. Playing Killer Instinct GB on the Super Game Boy. They should have had like a special border for it on the Super Game Boy that's just like Jade with her head in her hands. Why are you playing it this way? Was it Jade? No, Orchid, isn't it? Jade is a Mortal Kombat character. Orchid, like... Now, which one had the snowman? That was Clay Fighter, wasn't it? If you had a Super Nintendo, wouldn't you just buy the Super Nintendo version? Was there some savvy parent somewhere that's like, I'm gonna buy my son the Game Boy version, and then if he plays it on his Super Nintendo, he's basically playing the Super Nintendo version. That way I only have to buy one game. I'm so smart. Interplay Virgin. No, I'm not. What? Interplay Virgin, I'm not.
It is funny he's using self-deprecating humor.
Handle. What am I missing on the fucking handle? There we go. Wait. You can play it 2-player with, like, 2 Super Nintendo pads plugged in. Why would you go to that much effort? Why would you go to that much effort? What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense! How are we still dinging? Four things, that's why. Doors. More handles. You've got to be kidding me. What? Krusty Krab, bases times 2, flag rope, roof planks. There we go. Flag rope. I got the flags, but not the rope. I got a roof plank by accident. I dread to think how long this will take. Feels like it took forever. Next. Paddy wagon. That's probably nice and short. I'll do the paddy wagon. And then we passed 3 hours. I think that'll be a good place to stop with it.
Holy mackerel! SpongeBob said things were messy, but this here's muckier than a mad moose in a marsh. Anyhow, don't mind me. I'm just gonna be quietly going about my detecting business. Looking for the 3 M's. Means, motive, and opportunity. Ah! SpongeBob? But first, the crime scene itself.
Please stop. My Sandy impression is horrible.
Looks like some kind of spontaneous dirtification.
Dirtification, no breathing, don't give a
None of its surroundings are affected, just the wagon itself, exactly like a Cold Streak, the Krusty Krab, and the Chum Bucket.
Open hood. Oh. Might only be able to get the rest of the lettuce if I open it. Or if I get up close. Dirt, like, in the grooves. There we go. Dirt is in the grooves. Dirt is in the grooves. Yes. Dirt is in the grooves. That's how you can tell I'm tired. Doing a D-like groove is in the heart parody. Yeah, this DLC is an easy recommend. If you can't get enough PowerWash Simulator, and you are of the very, likely small Venn diagram of people who like PowerWash Simulator, and people who like SpongeBob SquarePants. Like, I wouldn't be able to recommend this DLC to someone who's new to PowerWash Sim, because you kind of need to have all the guns and extensions unlocked for this. If you're starting fresh because you're like, damn, I really love SpongeBob SquarePants.
It's almost like they've been repeatedly pecked at by some mysterious and hostile beast of the deep. From Texas. Everything's from Texas. Whatever did this one almighty mouth on his hands, or should I say face?
It could be a larger Venn diagram than I realize. I mean, I'm underestimating the amount of people who would have watched SpongeBob as a kid. You know, people in my age group. That play PowerWash Simulator. It just seems weird to me because I didn't get into SpongeBob until way after SpongeBob was, you know, the big cheese. Like, I didn't really get into SpongeBob until like the last year or so. And I've still only watched the first season. Oh, and I've seen the last 5 minutes of the first SpongeBob movie. Basically from when they get rescued by David Hasselhoff. It's on TV once. That's probably where I'll start when I get back into SpongeBob. I'll probably start with a movie. Then maybe watch season 2 and 3 because they're, you know, considered to be the good ones along with season 1. And then back in the golden years of the show. I feel like that's the first 3 seasons for SpongeBob, or so I hear.
Could it be the Plankton Army?
Why would the Plankton Army do the chum bucket?
Plankton's only interested in the Krabby Patty formula.
I really don't want to do this impression any longer than I have to. Because it's a really bad impression.
Is there anyone or anything who would have a vendetta against so many people?
Mermaid Man. Yeah. This is Mermaid Man pooping in his sleep. So many pops up here.
There's only one I know who has the viciousness, the speed, the guile, and the diameter to do such a thing.
Jabba the Hutt.
It's gotta be.
Please, the suspense is killing me.
One minute, I just need to recharge my device.
Ugh. It reminds me of when I had to clean that ferry boat. That mission was awful. That mission was nasty. People who watched it as a teenager. Oh! Saying people your age. Draven. Out of stock. I think YouTube is wondering if I'm still listening to Bikini Bottom's music. Yes, I am. I am still listening to it. Okay, Arthur I can't really get behind. But all the more power to Arthur fans. I think Arthur fans are definitely more prominent in, say, the US and Canada than in the UK. Not that it didn't air over here, because it did. Maybe again it was like a SpongeBob type thing, and I wasn't into it, but everyone else was. Bikini Bottom's music didn't make much sense. This was the SpongeBob's Dream music. There we go. Ooh.
Jumping jellyfish, that's the paddy wagon, all right.
Oh, that was meant to be SpongeBob.
By the way, did Sandy tell you she's cracked the case? We're calling Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. They're the only ones that can stop this grubby fiend.
So yeah, the last levels are the invisible boatmobile and the lair. Ugh. But I am spent at 3 hours 10 minutes. I'm spent. I was spent at 2 hours, but wanted to give this DLC a nice solid chunk of time. Seeing as, once again, it was incredibly generous of Square Enix to provide me with a key. Right. Thoughts, I guess. Yeah, like I said, this DLC is for the very specific Venn diagram of SpongeBob fans and PowerWash Simulator players. I wouldn't recommend starting this DLC until you've at least made enough progress through PowerWash Simulator's campaign to get the better cleaning equipment. And if there's any one major positive to having this DLC versus not, it's that it earns you campaign cash. I can recommend it to SpongeBob fans who are PowerWash Simulator fans. But I mean, if you're playing PowerWash Sim on Game Pass, you've already got access to the Midgar pack, the Tomb Raider pack, and the expanded Muckingham pack. So, in terms of content, you've already got a crap ton of content. And if you buy Power Sim on PS4, Switch, Steam, you've also got access to all that content. So really the only benefit to picking up the SpongeBob stuff is if you're a SpongeBob fan, which is a perfectly good reason to pick it up. Right. I'm gonna go, but thank you very much for joining me. The next stream is probably going to be another existential on Wii. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or not, but it probably will be tomorrow. Now that I've dug out another 12 games for the pile. Plenty of options. Right. Where's my outro screen gone? Oh yeah, it's the intro screen, isn't it? Don't mind me. Until next time, if we live that long, take care.